Hey y'all, welcome back to the build. This is you're not supposed to see any of this part, but you'll see that later. Here, I'll just stand here. Anyway, in the process of redoing, chopping this late model Sportster, well, 1999. That's late model to me because I like the old Ironhead stuff, honestly, and that's probably what I'm going right back to after this one's done. But she needs a sprocket from a belt. I need to go from I need to do a belt to sprocket conversion. So she needs a chain in order for it to work well. I mean, I could probably use the belt, but I don't really want to. I'm more of a chain guy. Plus, it's a whole lot easier to take off if you need to. So let's get into it.
All right, found out the hard way that this is right-hand thread. I tried cranking on it. This you can get here from Amazon for about 20, 25 bucks, or you can buy the Jim's tool, which is almost $100. I'm not going to use it that much, so. All right. Off she goes. That's first. Before I install for the last time, I'll clean all this and possibly change out the sprocket, but it's all good. Here's the new sprocket. I believe I got these from Lowbrow Customs. They were the best deal. I'm just gonna snug this on just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. That might be a problem. Huh. That's nice. Oops. Why this thing? I swear. Okay, time to change out the driven sprocket. I guess it has some Loctite on it. It probably all should. I got new bolts with the new sprocket, but we're not going to use them yet. Goodbye. So here's the new sprocket. Let's get her mounted up. This one feels a little boogery. I'm going to hit it with a wire wheel real quick. A little better. All right, that'll do. Now, when I do this for the last time, I'm definitely going to put a little blue Loctite on all these and probably use this nice new bolt set they sent me, all stainless hardware. Pretty nice. Still need to modify this for the hardtail. All this stuff gets cut off, and then there's a little hole that gets drilled here for a brake stay. So that's a future. I just cut off a little chunk here so at least it wouldn't rub. Oh, definitely gonna, well, okay. Gotta set that up today. Oh. Never mind. Let's run a tap through these. It's a 5/16 fine thread tap. Somebody made a comment a while back about needing a lift, and I absolutely need a lift. But that'll happen, just not today. Tap magic. Love this stuff. Pretty sure that when they welded this, they didn't run a tap through this again. It always shrinks everything when you do that. Oh, that is just snug. All right, TC Bros, if you're watching, do this better, please. Although I don't know how anybody would build a motorcycle without a tap and die set. It's just one of those essentials. Can't live without. I bought mine from Sears, Craftsman, set 100 years ago. And I really don't want to break this tap off in this hole. All right, I'm gonna have to pull the wheel again and come back from the other side. Come back when I'm done. All right, got that all tapped out. Yes, sirree. Sorry, guys. But this is the job, right? This is the work. This is what we do when we want to work on bikes. You know, we spend hours cleaning stuff. Nobody wants to wash that. We spend hours fixing bolts or taking a broken bolt. I got a broken bolt in that head I still got to pull out. That's part of it. You don't get to not do that. All right, that's about right in the middle. I'm going to take a measurement here and here just to make sure, but you know, I think this is what they make power tools for, right? You know, because nobody wants to do this. Now it's about even. And before I finish, I'm going to be super anal about this and take a little caliper measurement. I want my tire to be straight. I'll bring you guys back here in a minute, but those sprockets look like they line up pretty good. That's a good sign. We got 2 just about 900 thousandths. Let's check this side. Kind of hard to measure. Got that big old bolt in the way. Well, I guess it's going to be very approximate then. Now we got like 980 on this side, so I'm going to come on back a little bit. And at 940. And there's about 900 right there. My croissant wrench. I'm gonna have to loosen that and re-snug it after I put the chain on, but it gets us in the ballpark. She's so happy. She's so happy to see me. Good girl. Good girl. Rub you with my greasy old hands. Sorry, doggy. Where you going, you little stink?
No, you gotta stay over here.
What's up? What's up, doggy? There's my doggy. There's my doggy. Yeah. You gonna go out there and explore? Sure you are. You gonna run right back with your tail between your legs. All right, come on back. Hey, there she goes. Right back where she came from. Time to get some chain on. This is just that cheapo Amazon chain, but I like it because it's shiny. That makes sense, right? You know, sometimes we like what we like. And that just is what it is. All right, so let's see here. Oh, that didn't work out. Yeah, as soon as I got this set, this chain's coming right back off because I really don't want it in my getting grinder sparks all over it and getting all nasty. So this is just for mock-up. Also make sure it doesn't hit my oil bag. Is it gonna hit the oil bag? Oh, I could probably. Oh, that's not gonna work. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, there's a fitting supposed to go here, and I've got about a finger's width of room, so gonna have to figure out that, but we'll get to that. We'll figure it out. Oh, look, it's almost the right length. Let's see. I want to come in and I'm going to cut this link right here. And see if I have better luck with this chain tool than I did last time. Otherwise, the grinder's coming out and off she comes. I'm gonna have to do this in the vise. There she goes. This is a Motion Pro chain tool. I think I got it from Dennis Kirk, and it was not that expensive, $20 or something like that. Maybe it was more. I don't know, but definitely worth having. I should be doing this on the top, not the bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna have to loosen up the back wheel some, so let's do that. Good thing I measured these and got these so close. Yeah. See? Crap. Getting on my chain. I don't like that. There it goes. Alright. So, Master Links has the chains coming around this way. It should be like that so that nothing can knock it off, I think. I always get that wrong. Need some pliers. Alright. Alright. It's a little on the snug side. But that, my friends, is right where that chain needs to be. So that is the sprocket and chain conversion complete. I'm going to go ahead and pull this off.
That's all done. I hope that helps anybody who's getting ready to do a chain conversion. That's what this video was all about. And I just want to appreciate you all for watching. Thank you all very much, and catch you on the next one.